morning, everybody, and welcome to Friday. It is the second Friday of April. It's April 12th. Next week is OPEX week. Today, this is funny. It's 3:30 in the morning right now, and in 30 minutes, we get the ECB survey of professional forecasters. Get the fuck out of here. These are the people that were telling you you have 5, 6 rate cuts coming in 2024 back in fucking November. And now people are pushing it back to 1. And later in the year, September, even December is being pushed now. What a fucking joke all this stuff is. And this is why I don't watch the news. I don't read shit out there on Twitter unless I'm looking to have a laugh. I've never, ever told people go out there and make decisions about the shit that you read because it is all bullshit. Anyway, sticking to the plan here, 7 o'clock in the morning is JP Morgan's earnings. Yes, you have Wells Fargo. Yes, you have BlackRock. Yes, you have Citigroup. But I don't care. I don't care. JP Morgan is the only thing I am focused on today, despite today being Friday, and everything is 0 DTE today. Amazon, Google, Apple, Nvidia, Costco, Micron, McDonald's, everything is 0 DTE today because they have options that are expiring today. JP Morgan is the only thing I care about. And I want to just go back here into yesterday's email, which went out around 4:30 in the morning, about Thursday, April 11 watch. Shit or get off the pot time. And without sharing too much info, go back down here to the beginning of the meat and potatoes of it. CPI, all we did was dip. That's it. That's exactly what I said last week when we got our minus 1% day that we were looking for on April the 4th. All we did was dip. What should be seen today on SPX is a green close, plus 51.6064. Very possibly a plus 1% move, 52.1225, as sharing the data, which everybody has. If you're doing your homework and doing your spreadsheets, almost all minus 1% days have followed the next session with a plus 1% day. February 21 missed, but it still closed green. March 6 missed by 1.5 points. And then the most recent one was April the 3rd, which missed substantially, but again, still closed green. Hence, we did have the trade out on Wednesday for yesterday, the SPY 515 calls, 173, and then posting there, watch for $1. I'll pull up the chart in a little bit, but again, the risk trade for yesterday, the 51.60.84 close, 51.55 puts 51.60s. The bullish credit spread was getting 250 prior to the open, and then as you went into the chat, you were, well, this is really tiny. You were getting $3 right there at 8 o'clock in the morning prior to the open. Iron Condor right there, 510, 515, 520, 520, 5205, $1.50 to 220. Once again, full credit, as was the 51.55, 51.60. And you come down and you scroll through, and you know if you're part of it because, once again, you know, we try and have a laugh while at the same time making a little bit of money. Show you that in a second. Overnight risk, again, if you want to be distracted ahead of JP Morgan's earnings, the 52.15, 52.10 calls getting better than $2. And the reason why is the weekly candle is 52.1137. The weekly candle, we had one red week last week, one. And again, these red weeks have been a rarity, a minus 7-point week in March, minus 21 February. That's it. A 50-point minus week, very first week of the year. That's it. Going all the way back to October 27th, where if you know the Hebrew translation, I suggest that you read that because that has been our algorithm. So into yesterday, 12-point gap up, 73-point range, green, 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 all the way across green. And this is the best part of it is 52.11.78, the high of the day, plus 1%, 52.12.25. So what I've done, I've invited Chad to give us some commentary on how the calls all worked out yesterday.
Yo, let's trade some stocks. All right, so we're looking for calls right now. And by the way the market is looking, it seems like it's going to go down and then right back up. And we're going to be playing it off that bearish downtrend. Now we just wait. Come on, baby. Go to the floor. Now, come on, stock market. On the knees. Let's go. Come on, baby. Okay. All right, perfect. This is what we're looking for. Hold up, boys. There we go! That's what we needed! That is what we needed! We are going all in calls! Let's go! Okay, so we're all in right now. I don't know if this is just gonna keep right there. RSI, hit it. We are the best traders in the world. We're down $500. I don't want to break my monitor today. Please just go to the moon. Okay! There's no shot. There's no shot. We're up $1,000 right now. You know it. You know it. Just go up. I'm bored. Go to the sky. To the moon. Rocket. Moon. Now. Let's go. That's what we needed, baby. That's what we needed. You just can't touch me. I am the best trader alive. Wait, we are up $15,000. I'm exiting all out right now. Let's go, baby. We just made $12,000 today. I'm literally Jeff Bezos. Did everyone in the Discord catch that too? You guys did? Let's go, baby. Okay, we're all millionaires.
And yeah, Chad pretty much nailed it right on the head because, again, showing that plus 1% day algo, 9:27 in the morning. First test is 51.78.43, and then the next one at 51.90. And those 51.90 calls coming off of that fucking bottom there where we had that little dip. Come on. But again, with that over there, looking at prior dates, which I'll get to in a minute. Yeah, it was SPX Scalper. She got out 300%. Actually, yeah, I've got that. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There it is. Okay. So, yeah, what I was looking for was the tweet that was shared out last night. And this is the tweet that was shared is we only got 150% on today's 51, 55, 50, 60, 51, 60. Only got 300% on today's SPX 5180s. Only got 100% on the SPY 515 calls, unless you got in at $1, where from $1 you made 300%.
Well, they've already clinched the number 2 spot in the Pacific Division. Shot is blocked by Drexler. Slide the glide and look out below. Mercy nurse.
Oh, my. Wow, what a glide pattern.
What are we talking about? 15, 20 feet, do you think?
Maybe 12 or 13, anyway.
All right.
It's been a wicked April. Wicked. It has been an April that everybody and their mother would cut off their leg in order to have had. It has been an amazing April, and we're 2 weeks into it. And with today being Friday, being that we are, or I am, focused on JP Morgan, don't make the mistake of going into the weekend all fucked up because you missed out on opportunities that have been taking place over the last 9 days, and you're going to try and make it all up in today in one fell swoop. Because doing your homework, creating a spreadsheet, doesn't take a lot. It's not rocket science. It's not. I mean, fucking I was able to figure it out. And that was why I posted there in the spread room, and I'm trying to give you tough love. I can somewhat understand drawing on your charts is difficult since many went to kindergarten that didn't have the big fat crayons to start drawing with and practice before you advance to cursive writing. But if today's move, which all came from the data, doesn't enforce you to create your own spreadsheet, you should smear peanut butter on your ass and take your dog for a walk. And I put in a reply there, and I wanted this to be very, very well known. Unknowledgeable, I can help. But lazy can fuck off, because you can't fix lazy. So let's get into the charts. And I need to move around because I'm using the big screen and come over here. Yes, dead flat, dead flat, dead flat. Supporting on the 5-day, resisting on the 10-day. Again, no news whatsoever coming out today. Nothing, nothing, nothing. After the open, we get a little bit, but perfectly perfectly on that little dip intraday on the actually the dip where the VIX had the big pop, right to minus 3% on the ES. Come over on to the entire month of April on the SPX, and once again, a rocket scientist can be blind and be able to more or less figure this out, that you pretty much have yourself a bearish channel. But we don't trade channels. We trade pivots, we trade Fibonacci's, we trade price momentum, and we trade knowing what's coming a day prior, which is why we're making the money we're making. More importantly, come back on that. The dip, so that you can see this, is minus 2.40%. That is the second biggest dip that we have had, 2.32% way back here. And over here, right in there was that minus, where are you? 2.54% drop. Incredible end of the world drop right there in the middle of February for Valentine's Day. So, yeah, when you're asking me about January puts, I mean, all you got to do is look at the fucking chart. So here we are on SPY, and again on SPY coming down right down to that 23.6 retracement over there on the big move on CPI and coming down and revisiting it. And again, I see an inverted head and shoulders, and that's where we wound up going up there into the 520s and making everybody a boatload of fucking money yesterday. So I bring you back to the VIX, and the VIX here hitting that move up there to that 17, which I warned about in the very beginning of the week, is a big warning because we're coming on that trend line. And if you want to see where that trend line is, all you got to do is zoom out. That's the trend line that we just hit. And that's some scary ass shit, because that trend line, hitting it there, hitting it here, hitting it here, hitting it here, missing it over here, and now having made contact with it, that's very, very supportive for the bullish view that we could be heading into the 5300s into tech earnings. So nothing to be short-term, long-term, nothing to be short-term biased about at the moment because of this VIX warning. So I'll move you on from here and move on to the primary focus for today. And that primary focus for me is JP Morgan, because I promised I will make JP Morgan my bitch once again, as we did there on January 12th, where there were 2 trade alerts that were put out. You have that in your email. One of them was a 0 DTE, went 1,700% virtually. The other one was going a month out, and on that month out, they went a little bit short of 200%. I will have the exact same thing today, because again, over here on JP Morgan, 197.62 is the weekly candle. Yesterday's dip took us right to that 193.71, which you guys remember, I wanted this back here weeks and weeks ago, looking at it from February. We got it here in the middle of February. And then the FOMC meeting was that next day, and we gapped up above it and never looked back. Well, we just came back down to it over the course of this week. So again, 193.71 is primary for me for this week. Wider view, look at this, man. This is a fucking monster. 21 green weeks. 2 red, and this week is pending on 197.62. You could go back in history for fucking when, prior to the Great Depression, you don't see shit like this. 21 green weeks. So I bring you on to my detailed chart. My detailed chart, again, looking at this from a short trigger up here around that 199 area. Obviously, 200 would be fantastic. and the trend line, and to see where the trend line comes from. Again, not being a trend line guy, but that's the trend line. That's the lower end of that trend line. That's the upper end of that trend line. And where do they all come from? They all come from way back here on your highs, going back here to 2018 and your COVID lows, and that big triangle that was being made back then until the big drop that you had there in 2022. Any Elliott waiver can come out and look at this and say, you know what, this thing has definitely finishing off its fifth wave. Big wide view is some scary ass shit. So again, earnings are coming out today. I would love to see a move up into 200. 199, 200 would make me the happiest person on the face of the planet. 197.62, weekly candle. 193.71, short-term view. Looking further out, going out into May 17th specifically, the 186.41, 185.64 would be the spot. So the lowest strike that I would even consider would be 185, and there is a lot more advantageous to be looking at the 190 puts or even higher than that going out into May 17th. So enjoy yourselves. It is Friday. Don't make the mistakes that you are trying to compensate for 2 absolutely amazing weeks, and you're going to try and microwave it all into one specific day. And more importantly, surprise somebody this weekend. You've made ridiculous amounts of money. Surprise somebody this weekend. Buy their groceries. Leave a big tip at fucking Dunkin' Donuts, at a Waffle House. Pay for somebody's gas. Don't do it because you want, to video it, put it out on TikTok or whatever the fuck. Just, make somebody smile. Because why else are you doing it here? You're putting your big red check mark on the week and on the day as you start filling all those red check marks throughout your life. Because whether we like OJ or we don't like OJ or whatever our opinions are of OJ, we're all going to wind up like OJ one day. So while you're here, have a purpose. Happy Friday.